I'm just gonna go to File New, File New, Erase All. Okay, so this is your basic screen when you start. I'm gonna go over the highly customizable features of Blender and some basic, controls and motion stuff. So if you go in between two of these, selection things, you can hit join areas or split areas. Let's just hit split areas. So that's right mouse button click, then left mouse button click for split areas. You can split on the top anywhere or on the bottom, and it will divide the areas accordingly. Now, as you can see, we come up with the same scene. You can also customize this by left clicking right here and selecting your Windows type. So I can have, let's just say, outliner or action editor. So now you can also join areas by right clicking in between and then left clicking. Remember that you have to see like the cursor change in order to right click. So you can join areas, the left one to the right here or the right one to the left. You can also right click here to just not select any. You can also join these two like that or whatever, so forth. Now as you can see, it looks like a few buttons are missing here. In order to see those buttons, you would have to either move your selection bigger or smaller, but you don't probably want to do that because you can like have 12 sections and like see 12 different things. Best thing to do is middle mouse button click, which is also the scroll wheel, but you're not scrolling, you're just clicking, and you can go back and forth, and this works for all menus. Just right now you have a few huge view of all the buttons right now in all other menus. So now the middle mouse button is also able to move these back and forth in here, change frames I think we're in or something of our animation. You can also turn around your object from the center origin, which is right there. Now, say you want to turn around a specific object. We're going to select. To select objects, it's right mouse button click. So I maybe want to turn around the light, the camera, to maybe help me position it. So on the numpad, I'll just click the dot key, and now my rotation is completely around that little center point of where the camera is. This will help me rotate the camera much easier or reposition it because I can see the camera and it won't go off screen, and I can move it over here and just press numpad 0 to refocus on it. Let's just go Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, numpad 0, just put the camera back in the original position. To move an object, there is the option of clicking these. There's also other options of being able to see the turning and all that, but that's a little bit annoying and it involves clicking buttons. So I'm just going to show you the shortcuts. So the G key I can grab and move. You just press the G key and then let go of the G key and move, and right mouse button click to put it to its original position, left mouse button click to put it into your position that you choose. I'll right mouse button and hit the G key again, and then this is a left mouse button to confirm a selection. This also works with the R key, so you can think of that as rotate, G is grab, and I can rotate. Remember that you have to press, and it's usually in a linear, so it's your view that will work here. So let's just, say I want to rotate the camera to look the opposite way of the cube. I would have to look at my view like this, hit the G key, the R key to rotate, and now it's upside down the opposite way. Now if I want to turn it non-upside down, I would have to hit the G key like this, and it will hit the G key, sorry, the R key to rotate, and now R key, left click to confirm. Sorry, I made a few mistakes. So now you see that it's looking like that. Remember that the little arrow right here signifies what's the top of the camera, so that's really nice. So let's just right click on there, and we'll just center on the cube. Now you've learned so far how to scale, it will rotate and move with grab. Now scale is S, and it's the same right mouse button to not confirm and left mouse button to confirm. So I'll just scale it up and kind of show you. It scales the whole object. Now what you can do is maybe you want to delete your object and add something different, so erase object. It's just the X key and delete, or you can hit the delete key, but I'm pretty sure they might not have that in all versions of Blender, so just get used to pressing the X key. Now I don't know, I want to add an object again, so I'll just hit Shift A to add a new mesh, and we'll just put that cube back there, and it's in the original default size. You can also add other objects, such as another camera, another light source, and all that. Now right now, if you look, the light source doesn't really look like it's doing anything, and the reason for that is because right now we are in a very solid viewport. We can go to shaded, where you'll see a little bit of light. The light's right there, so it wouldn't shade anything here, and there's nothing for the light to reflect off of. So because of it's not reflecting off of anything, these are like, there's no such thing as light for them. You can also go to textured, which kind of does the same thing, but now it adds the color that your object is, or images that would be added to your object. But we'll just go back to solid, and solid is much easier on your computer, so I would advise using solid to edit, and just you know, use other things and such force. Sorry. Now I'm just gonna right mouse button click on that. I can also click more objects by Shift right mouse button clicking, and we'll just hit numpad period, and it will go into the center of all those objects. Right there is where I'm kind of rotating around, as you can see. So now maybe I want to deselect all. I'll hit A. I can also select one, hit A to deselect it, then hit A again to select all. So that's nice if you want to select all or deselect a certain amount of objects that you've selected without just, you know, Shift right click or something like that. Another nice thing to do is I'm just going to rotate this back around, so we'll just go like this. And hit the R key and rotate. And okay, that kind of looks like it's looking at my object. I'll just move this so it kind of gets that position, so it's kind of behind the camera. And we'll just hit F12 to render the scene. And as you can see, you'll see the cube, which is kind of gray. Reason for that is because if that's less light, the light is actually a fair distance, and this is a really shitty light that they give you at the beginning. Originally the object is like kind of colored a lighter gray, I'm pretty sure. Now as you can see, the background is completely blue. You can change that to any color you want. I'll show you coloring in a different tutorial, but this is basics. So right now you should know how to move objects, rotate objects, add objects and delete objects, and a few of the selecting formats, as well as navigating throughout the whole Blender interface. That is the end of this tutorial. Hope you subscribe and tune in for more.